Greetings in the name of Yahusha Mashiach, Melech of Yasharal, Kahan forever, according to the order of Melchizedek. All esteem, honor, and glory unto our Lua, Yahuwah. This is Melech Shalama Trading, and this is part 2 of the Bowling Green reversal strategy, the accumulation that I was looking at in the prior video. So we did get the push down below, or the spring below this level here of the Camarilla S3 and the central pivot and the value area high. I took a trade there, got stopped out one of those trades, and then took a second trade here. So added to the position. So first entry is here, and the average price is now 62.96, right? So we're pushing up here, recovering some of the losses. First liquidity area is around overnight low 63 or 63, basically 6301. Sorry, excuse me. And this is going to be first upper deviation. Then that's going to be VPOC right there. So going to monitor this trade and basically do some trade management. Looking for some volume to increase. We have volume pressure imbalance kind of pushing to the upside here. We're coming to previous week's POC. Still some decent buying going on here. We want to recover this area, push above to the selling climax where the selling climax was. And this in itself is another accumulation structure. So the spring is kind of turning into accumulation structure itself, right? So we're basically jumping across the creek in this little accumulation, coming back to the selling climax, the prior selling climax right here. We have volume coming in, decent volume. We're taking on this liquidity here at 6,300. We just absorbed that liquidity. Liquidity is coming in on the offer again, stacking up on the top. So let's take a closer look and see what price action is going to do. So basically, I'm only 3 points in profit right now. So definitely want to get some more price action to the upside. And let's see what price action is doing. We have these sellers here looking like selling exhaustion. Buyers kind of doing a little reclaim, but now it's looking like buying exhaustion. Let's see if we're going to retest these areas or come back down to my entry level. Let's see if we get some buyers coming in. We have selling sweeps. So that should give us some bias to the upside. We have some liquidity on the bid. They just got absorbed. So we have a large seller here, 521 contracts at 62.9850. So that's seemingly getting absorbed right now, not seeing any real pressure to the downside yet. So want to see some buying volume come back in here and reignite. We had the selling spike on the volume side of things, came down here, looking like it's getting absorbed. You see those small selling bubbles right there in the purple. So that's looking like absorption. So no reason to really jump out the trade yet. Seeing the sellers coming back in here. We have this bid as support 62.97. We could always retest this area here as well. So this is why I don't really like to go long. It's just in accumulation. It's just kind of, to me, it's a little more stressful than a distribution structure. Because a lot of the times there is a lot more traders willing to go long, and when these big operators are trying to shake people out of the trade, they do a lot of manipulation to the upside and then bring it back down running stops, right? So you see these stops coming out here. So you really gotta be you really have to hold your nerves and just kind of read the price action, seeing that this is possible absorption by the buyers. And don't get panicked when we see like we push up to certain levels, we have liquidity on the top side, and you see it pulling back with heavy volume. If it's not pulling back and really breaking down on heavy volume, then we possibly get in buying absorption here. Or the buyers are absorbing on the bid. So what we want to see now is basically buyers stepping in with heavy volume and pushing it to the upside. So we want to push above this selling climax, this prior selling climax area. I want to see more volume than that though. I want to see bigger volume dots than that. Let's push through this liquidity to the top side with some heavy volume. Right, buying sweeps again. That's not too good for the upside movement. This is first lower deviation. Want to at least get up to that level up there. So I see on the NQ we had some volume to the buy side. Then this liquidity came in here and we pushed down. Right, so buying volume coming in, you see it spiking right here. Buying volume spiking. Hopefully this isn't a distribution and we get continuation to the upside. But again, seemingly getting absorbed because they didn't push through this liquidity yet. So I really want to see us take it up to this level. Buy sweeps again. I don't really like that up at this level. Want to see buyers take control now. Hopefully they're not getting absorbed by these sellers right here. We have some iceberg sellers. We have some stop runs, buy stops. I want to see some heavy buying through this liquidity here at 6302. Right, so they're pulling. So we should get up to 6302 if we have some buying power. See that iceberg is executing there as well. Right, so we're getting more buyers pushing up, getting up to this first lower deviation here. So let me take off that arrow. 50 buy stops going off. Not the volume isn't that great. My stop is now moving to break even. 875 profit. First upper deviation. What should I do? So thinking about some trade management here, but we still have liquidity to the upside. Not much selling volume. Would like more buying volume though on this push up here. So let's see what price action is doing. We still have this iceberg seller operating here. So got to be cautious of being absorbed by these passive orders on the offer. Right, so let's see what my buyers are doing. We got to push above this first lower deviation. Buyers still not looking too strong. Liquidity targets still to the upside. Not much liquidity down here. There's no reason to really come down to these levels. All right, my buyers still in play. Looking like they're getting absorbed up here though. This liquidity is probably going to get tagged from sellers. When they appear, they're going to pull price to the downside. That might be some spoofing right there. Iceberg seller again. Let's see what my buyers are doing. I want to see what my buyers do right here. Spoofing on the bid, in and out. right? They jump across to the offer. So let's see if buyers take it to the offer. Not really doing that. Let's see. Should I manage this trade right now? This whole area right here is a low volume situation though. All of this right here, since this volume bar has been low volume, right? We got some buying volume coming in there. So let's open this up a little bit. Right, so we took out this liquidity on the offer. We have some buying sweeps. Gotta be cautious of that. Let me pull this back so the volume can stay in perspective. So I want to see some volume coming above this level right here. Still consolidating just below this liquidity on the offer. This is the secondary stop. I do have some buyers, but buyers not really showing their hand yet. They don't want to make this move into this liquidity just as yet. Right, so we're coming up to first lower deviation. Let's see my buyers take it above this level. Come on, buyers, let's see some volume push through to the upside. All right, so we got our push through. I'm going to move up my stop here since this is still looking kind of tricky. Move up my stop here and looking to manage my trade if we don't get pushed through this liquidity on the offer. I want to move my stop to around first lower deviation. All right, we're pulling back from this liquidity. We touch this liquidity. Come on, let me see my buyers. Let me see my buyers. Right, buyers still pushing up. Push through that iceberg seller. All right, so we have our buyers. Thinking that we're going to push through this liquidity to the upside at 63.05. I want to put my stop just below that structure, but I want to break out of this structure right here. Just in case we hit this and reject. All right, so we have an attempt. Buyers taking it up into liquidity at 63.04, pulling back again. They're kind of testing the sellers right now. All right, so we have liftoff. Want to manage my trade. Let's go above here, secure that profit. All right, let's see. Do we have more buyers pushing through? 63.05, want to get through 63.05. All right, we have 63.07 on the offer. All right, we're moving nicely. Gonna manage my trade here just below this liquidity. Damn, what happened there? right? Just below this liquidity, 6303.50, right? Want to take out this liquidity at 6306. All right, so we're looking good. We got through this volume points of control here at 6304. I don't want to over manage the trade, but getting up to these liquidity levels, want to start managing just below the liquidity on the bid. If they do come back and tag that, then I'll take the stop out as the volume point of control, looking for buyers to step in here and support. All right, so I'm gonna take a stop out here. If we come back and break below this volume points of control, I'm gonna take a stop out right there, 6304. All right, still looking good, still looking good. Let's see what the buyers do. I want to see us break through this liquidity here on the offer to 6307. Gotta watch out for possible distribution around this level. My first real target partial is 6310. Some serious iceberg buying activity right there. Let's see if there is support in price. I want to see aggressive buyers push through this liquidity. Come on, let's go, let's go. All right, buyers still trying to absorb. Come on, we need to take out this liquidity at 6306. Don't have that cap in price right there. Come on, buyers, let's go. Iceberg supporting. Right, stopped out right there. All right, so that's basically the bowling green strategy right there. Took this long from basically where, right? So basically around here, average price 62.96, got it up to 63.04, somewhere around 63.04.25, and that's basically the trade right there. So had to manage the trade up here, looking like a little distribution pattern forming right there. Liquidity on the offer, kind of suppressing the buyers. And now we have this breakdown. All right, y'all. So that's the bowling green strategy. Melek Shalama Trading. Y'all trade safe and stay blessed. Shalom.